Hey everyone, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sean Evans and everybody at First We Feast. We think what you guys do is incredible, and we wanted to replicate that to give our campers an incredible opportunity to get to know some of our wonderful camp staff. Secondly, we eat a lot of hot wings here, but we do not encourage anyone to abuse hot sauces, so if you're going to, please do so at your own risk. Thank you.
All right, welcome to our first episode of Hamwi Hot Ones. I'll be the host tonight, Matt Vermillion. First guest, Anthony Myer. Anthony, how are you tonight?
Hey, I'm great, Matt. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
You ready to dive into these?
I am. Let's dive right in.
Oh boy. What do we got first?
Start off with our first sauce. It's Tiki Bar.
Tiki Bar. All right.
Tiki Bar. So for our first questions, Anthony, how was your first year at camp? You've been coming to camp for quite a few years, haven't you?
Yeah, so my first year at camp was 2005, and I'll never forget it because I had zero desire to go. I was in the middle of getting ready for high school soccer, and I'm already coughing. And my mom made me go, and I got a credit to Mama Myer. If she hadn't made me go, I wouldn't be where I am now.
Really?
I had zero desire to go, but by the end of the week, I didn't want to leave.
Dang, shout out to Mama Myer then.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it just went down the wrong pipe, and that's why it was, it's not that spicy.
Don't want to inhale the hot sauce.
Oh, yeah. I also don't want to embarrass myself on the first wing.
Right. All right, well, with that one out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to the second wing.
I think you left a little meat on that one, Matt.
Might be able to do some more work.
I have to remember not to touch my eyes. It's going to be a dangerous game we're playing.
Oh.
All right.
All right, Anthony. Now, since you've been coming to camp for, you said 15 years, I believe?
Yeah, about that, yep.
Can you explain your rise through camp? Or what was your position you held last year? It was pretty high up.
Yeah, so last year I had the awesome opportunity to learn under the tutelage of Darlene, the previous camp director, as her assistant. That really helped prepare me for this current role. But I started out, like I said, as a camper in 2005. I was a camper for 2 years, went through the counselor and training program, and I've held a variety of roles. I was, lifeguard, high ropes facilitator, program director. So I've had the chance, and cabin counselor. So I've had the chance to do a little bit of everything, which has been fun, rewarding.
Nice. I bet. Sounds like you held a lot of positions over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So since you've been coming to camp for quite a few years at this point, pretty sure there's a few pictures of you coming up through camp, right?
Yeah,
probably
absolutely.
Some embarrassing ones.
Absolutely. Can we talk about the sauce real quick, though?
Yeah, what sauce was that?
Beer bacon Chipotle.
Beer bacon Chipotle. That's my favorite
That was
so far.
Yeah, it had a good flavor to it. It wasn't spicy at all, though. I feel like we're not getting into the dangerous territories yet.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I'm feeling a little bit more.
Already? Do we got to dive into this next one? Or?
Yeah, let's. What's the sauce? Since we're already talking about this.
Yeah, this is a C-Bus local. C-Bus flavor with fire.
C-Bus fire. Okay.
Yeah. So, sorry. Anyways, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, definitely. Throughout the years you've been here at camp, I'm sure there's been quite a few embarrassing photos of you taken.
Yeah, I kind of hope some of those will disappear.
Well, I actually have 5 of them. If we could pull one of them up right now. Go ahead and talk about this one. Looks like Space Jam.
Space Jam, yeah, absolutely. We went to the store between weeks, and we found $5 Space Jam jerseys. And can you ever turn down buying a Space Jam jersey?
I know I can't.
But my favorite thing about this picture actually is that the 2 people in it are actually friends of mine that I knew long before they ever came to camp. And they both don't live with diabetes. But because they're so passionate about helping out others and working with kids, they both took time out of their busy lives and left their jobs to come spend time at camp. And they've been coming. This summer was Alyssa's second year at camp, and Matt's been coming on and off for about 6-7 years, which is really cool.
Nice. So going to the next picture, I was looking through all of them. I found this pretty strange one. Can you explain why you're dressed like that?
This is one of those that I thought had disappeared by now. But this was back in like 2012, and we were having like a retro 90s party. And Zach, Mr. Purple Teletubby, came prepared with a 90s themed outfit. Unfortunately, he also had some long johns, and as a group, we kind of decided that long johns were kind of 90-ish. So I just wore long johns, and I brought Petey Pelican as my date to the dance. And I was hoping that one would not come up today.
Well, that makes sense to me. So for the next one, could you explain who you are with in this picture?
Dr. T. Dr. T was my doctor at camp back in like 2008. But the greatest story about Dr. T's summer camp was this man packed to come to camp, a summer camp, and did not bring a pair of tennis shoes.
Oh,
He
no.
only brought dress shoes and scrubs. And, of course, was assigned to go canoeing, as one does at summer camp. And so he saran wrapped his dress shoes and attempted to keep them dry while going canoeing. And we hadn't even made it off the bank. I was sitting on the edge of the canoe holding it in place. Dr. T was walking to the back of the canoe, and he just slipped, and the whole canoe turned, scraped
no.
down the side of my leg. I had a bruise from like knee to ankle,
Oh,
and this
no.
man was soaked.
As one would be on a canoe in a summer camp.
While wearing dress shoes, yeah.
So this next photo looks like you're refereeing a fight.
Yeah, my favorite day of every week at camp is Friday. We play. Everybody comes together. We do little all camp games. But my favorite is capture the flag, and it gets tense. Everybody from campers to staff to directors, everybody gets into capture the flag. And Nick and Katie here were on opposite teams, and I was kind of just enjoying the trash talking a little bit.
Yeah, sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, it gets intense. We even have a staff member who packs a ghillie suit specifically for capture the flag to come to camp.
Wow, I'm sure he won, right?
He usually catches a few people off guard.
Good to hear. So I tried coming up with an explanation of this next photo, but I'm going to need you to do the explaining here, Anthony.
Oh man, the summer of planking. I think everybody remembers planking a little bit. This was back in like 2012 as well. And everybody was just obsessed with planking everywhere. I mean, we did it. There was a wagon behind the staff house. We did it on the playground. We did it everywhere we could find a place to plank. And we saw a disc golf hole and thought, hey, why not? So we made it happen. It was a little uncomfortable laying on top of the disc golf, though.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But you had to do it for the photo, though.
Yeah, did it for the gram.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
What's this next wing we're getting
Ooh.
into?
This is black garlic chipotle.
How are you holding up so far?
So far, I'm getting a little more tingle than I thought I'd be
Yeah.
getting. It's a little early to be getting a little bit of a tingle, if you ask me, because we still have a little bit of ways to go.
I feel like if the wings were still warm, that might have helped with the flavor.
Hey, I don't know who cooked them. Definitely wasn't me. But I think they did a really good job.
All right, Anthony. Sounds like you've been coming to camp for quite a few years now. What's a fond moment? Could you pinpoint one fond moment that you've had at camp?
You know, I don't know if I could pinpoint just one moment, but, you know, as we talked about, I've been coming to camp. I've been a counselor in a cabin since 2007, and since 2007, I have the majority of the guys, counselors that we currently have on staff, I was their counselor. And it's really cool just watching, you know, one of these kids come in, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and then being able to watch them grow year after year, and not just grow as like people and as young men, but also like to learn to better control their diabetes management. It's just, that's probably the most rewarding part about being a part of camp.
It does sound pretty rewarding, Anthony.
It is. Do you have any favorite moments of camp?
You know, my favorite moment is, it's hard to pick a different one than what you said, where you see everybody come back. I think the camper check-in, when we're seeing all the cars coming in, well, as staff, when we're seeing all the cars coming into the parking lot, everyone gets out and all the parents are there, and parents look just as excited as the kids are.
Yeah.
That's great that even people that aren't going to camp still know it's a good moment.
And what's nice too for the parents is, for a lot of these parents, it's their first time away from their kid that's living with diabetes, and they are the sole person, or the sole two people that are managing their child's diabetes. And it's a bit of a vacation for them too. So they know that their kid is going somewhere where they're going to have doctors, nurses, and counselors living with diabetes caring for their children, and they're going to be in one of the safest places possible. It's really cool.
That is, I imagine that's a cool thing to experience as a parent.
Yeah.
So you've been in a cabin for quite a while, and I imagine you've worked with a lot of people. You said you've been with a lot of kids in your cabin.
Yeah.
I imagine you've also been with a lot of staff members. Is there one that's sort of a dream team for you, a dream team co-counselor?
I would say, yeah, I've had probably 15 co's over the years. Always worked both weeks of camp, so I don't know if I can really choose one. But just from a kind of like a personal standpoint of, I brought him to camp. It was really cool to actually, I was coached with Matt Vermillion, and we complement each other really well. I'm kind of, everybody knows I can be loud and obnoxious at camp, a little bit outgoing. He can be a little quieter and reserved, but in the way we work with the kids, it really complements each other in the cabin. So I would say he's a good person to work with, but honestly, I haven't had a bad co in 15 years. So.
That's a good thing to experience.
I say, which one are we trying here?
I think we're trying can't see it.
Taco Cat.
Taco Cat. How could I forget a label like that one?
Absolutely. Kind of tastes a little like Taco Bell fire sauce. Got a little.
Does have that zing to it. I think it's the name taco kind of brings it back to me.
That's true. I could just be making it up and just thinking have tacos on the brain.
I like that.
You gonna go out for tacos after this?
I like that.
No?
I'll enjoy that. So, since you've been in cabins for quite a while and you've experienced quite a lot of people, there's something that makes you, some quirks that you hold in the cabin. But before we go for that, let's talk about our next sauce.
I say, yeah, what do we got next? Let's catch up a little bit.
All right. Our next sauce coming after Taco Cat.
Spicy shark. Let's see if we got an animal theme going.
It is.
Yeah, I like that.
Have you ever had shark before?
I have not, but you know what? I actually, I just got back from Florida, and I tried octopus down there for the first time.
Was it
And
spicy octopus?
It was not spicy,
Okay.
but it was weird because you could see the little suction cups on it. Like, I don't know. It was really good though, but it just took you a second to hype yourself up to try it.
I think that's a mind over matter.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
All right, let's dive into this spicy shark.
definitely.
Now, are you partial to shark or taco?
Spicy.
Has it getting caught up in there?
It's I'm trying to say it's my favorite one, but I might be calling my bluff right now.
I think we're doing a good job eating all of the wings now, but I think these last couple are going to be hard. I'm trying to get all the meat.
I think my strategy is just to numb myself with what I'm on right now and hope for the best. Have you developed a strategy yet?
I'm really trying to avoid touching my beverages. It's like a mind over matter thing. If I can do that, I'm going to feel good that I accomplished something today.
I see you have less cups than I do. What are you rocking? Some milk over there and some coffee?
Milk, coffee, and a little aqua.
Can't go wrong with water.
Absolutely not.
Wow. Let's hope the next sauce is just as good as that one.
Yeah.
What is the next sauce? It's like we're rocking the butt twister on this one.
Oh, shout out to Tom for the wet naps. I'm gonna take a moment to use one of those.
Take a little breather moment right here.
What question are we on?
I think we're coming up on our next question.
That's not a number.
We've been together for 6 wings so far. I think we're coming up on our 7th one. And at the rate we're going, I'm kind of excited for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to contaminate everything I'm touching. You said you're avoiding.
I know I was, and I just tried to take a sip. Yeah.
You said you're avoiding your beverages. I'm great restraint to not touch my eyes right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really regret not mentioning that before we started eating. But I'll live on with it. All right, so you want to get into the butt twister?
The butt twister. I have bad feelings about what this is going to do to my stomach.
So I hope it's not aptly named. But,
Yeah.
As we're talking about the butt twister sauce, do you want to talk about the food that we have at camp? What are some favorite meals you've seen come across the dining board?
I'll tell you what, we don't do chicken wings like this at camp. But I think that's probably a good thing. Forever and always, my favorite meal is going to be Taco Wednesday. Taco Salad Wednesday. It's the only time I always set myself a carb goal for each day at camp, for each meal, trying to stay under a certain amount of carbs. But Taco Wednesday, I go crazy for. But honestly, man, we've got good camp food. We've got a wonderful team that are.
Should rename that one the mouth twister.
Yeah.
That's what's twisting right now.
That our dietary coordinator put together, specifically this past summer. It just did a really phenomenal job back there. I don't think I had a bad meal.
Nice.
No.
Have you experienced foods at other camps? Is there any, would you say we're above other camps or we're below other camps on the food line?
You have to remember I'm a little biased, but I've probably worked at about 7 or 8 other camps, and far and away the best camp food is at my home, Camp Hamwi.
That's good to hear. That's
Yeah.
good to hear that we're top of the line.
This one's actually pretty good.
You know, I'm feeling it right now,
Yeah.
Anthony. I'll be honest with you. I'm feeling it right now.
Only 3 to go.
3 more to go, but, you know, that's half the battle right there.
That's actually only like 3/10 of the battle.
3/10 of the battle right there. It's messing with my mathematics. As we're talking about wiping our hands off, I noticed on your forearm there you've got a tattoo.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like Cam. Could you go over that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was probably 2014, 2013-ish. A few other individuals actually went out and they got the camp coordinates, as we call them, tattooed on their wrists. And I just thought it was such an awesome tattoo that, you know, I asked if I could too. And they graciously said yes. But these coordinates are actually, they're the coordinates of the flagpole at camp. And the flagpole is such a huge part of what we do at camp.
Yeah.
All our camp games are done right in that field around the flagpole. We end every single night with friendship circled around that flagpole. So it's just a hugely meaningful spot. And recently I actually adapted it and I got an actual flagpole.
Nice. As
part of it with the Camp Hamwi in it, a little water slide from the pool at camp, and then a slogan that I came up with. I don't know if you're familiar with Lilo and Stitch. Ohana means family.
Yeah.
Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. So I kind of combined family and Hamwi, and it says Ohana means family. So I just actually did that second part like 2 months ago. Yeah.
It's a pretty meaningful tattoo you've got there. It's always now you're always bringing a part of camp to you.
Absolutely, yeah, and I love. It's a great conversational starter because people ask me about it, and then it's an easy way for me to just bug them about camp because that's what I'm good at.
That definitely is something you're good at. And speaking of bringing stuff from camp with you, I've noticed you've got. Is that a swim band that I see on your wrist?
Yeah. We don't need to talk about how long ago camp was, but if anybody asks, because the lifeguards are the most powerful people when it comes to the pool area.
That's right.
I'm still allowed to swim in the camp
As
pool.
long as you have that on.
Exactly, and that's all that matters.
I might have to try that next year.
Yeah, just keep it on year round. You can always go up and hop in the pool.
Cool.
I say, you think we should try this Chupacabra?
Let's try it. You said Chupacabra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one just sounds scary.
I'm pretty scared right now.
Whew. Yeah, it's got a little bit of kick to it.
Glad we did the talking before we did this one because that's.
I was really trying to get just all the meat off of all of them. More for a pride thing, and
Yeah.
I'm having regrets.
I think 3 bites is enough. That counts.
No, they only get hotter.
They only get hotter. I think. It'd be nice if they didn't. But
Ooh, 2 more.
all right. Let's take the bite first, and then let's do the
I
question.
gotta talk while crying.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We can take a minute. If you need to take a minute, I'll take one.
All right. Sounds good. Might have to cave and take a sip though.
Yeah, coffee's what's getting me through this.
Ooh. Thankfully, it's not like scalding hot coffee anymore either, because I feel like that would not be a.
It's definitely flattened out.
What's this? This one is Hydra.
This is the Hydra Sauce. Are there any, if you can talk, are there any upcoming CODA events this year that you'd like to talk about? Don't touch your eyes.
Absolutely. Coming up, we're actually on December 7th. From 7 to 8:30, we're doing an indoor rock climbing event at Vertical Adventures here in Columbus. If you have more questions, you can reach out to me. And then on the weekend after that, December 14th, is our Santa Speedo Dash, which is kind of awkwardly named Santa Speedo Dash. Speedos are not required, but they are encouraged. There's a 5K fundraiser that is specifically to raise money for camp.
Oh, wow.
And sending campers to Camp Hamwi. It's a fun event, and we end at Strongwater this year, which will be fun. Little brewery, so everybody can show up, run in their Speedos, and have a drink and fundraise a little bit afterwards, and it's going to be a good time. We also have some really exciting things coming up this spring that I look forward to sharing with everybody soon.
That's cool. That's cool. I'll definitely stay tuned for that. That's I took one little bite from that, and you seem to have finished it off. So I believe you won this round, Anthony. Let's see how we hold up to the next wing.
What? Oh,
Because I know I'm not holding up to that last one.
no. But, as our Hot Ones friends have taught us, it is the last wing. Shall we?
It is the last wing, which means we're taking a last dab on it.
I would shake it up first.
You think shaking it up would?
Shake it up first. Maybe it'll spread out the spicy a little bit.
I can only hope. Now I found I took a drink of water on the last one. That just poured all that hot sauce down my throat.
Made it worse, eh?
That's enough for me.
All right. Well, this one's called Why? Probably pretty aptly named. Why did they make this? Why am I eating this? Why am I talking to myself?
I was asking myself that 4 wings into this.
Ooh. It pours quick. Ooh.
All right. Well, Anthony, here's to the last one.
Cheers.
So, Anthony, we've talked about what's coming up in CODA. Are there any exciting events coming up for camp? Oh no.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
We've got some huge changes coming this year. Day camp. What I can tell you about day camp now is it's going to be changing location. And it's going to be revitalized a little bit, which I'm really excited about, but I can't go too far into detail on that yet.
Okay.
But what I can tell you, and that I'm very excited to tell you, is that we are going to be doing 3 weeks of camp next year. So 3 weeks of Camp Hamwi. We haven't done that since 2008, and I'm really excited.
3 weeks of camp.
Yeah,
Wow. I haven't been there for 3 weeks of camp.
yeah. My my first 2 years on staff, we had 3 weeks of camp, and that was it. You know what's exciting is this year we maxed out both of our weeks. We had to find a room for,
Maxed out in camper
we had-
attendance.
Yeah, we hit capacity. Ooh,
Oh no.
you alright?
I'm alright. Are you alright?
I'm great. But I'm very excited that our senior week kiddos, the 13 to 17 year olds, are going to have the option of attending 1 or 2 weeks of camp next year. So details are still to come. We're still knocking out a lot of those. But we have confirmed our camp dates. So camp will be starting July 12th next year. Those first 2 weeks will be senior week 1 and senior week 2. And then that last week of July, the 26th to the August 1st, will be our junior week challenge camp. So it's going to be exciting. I'm excited.
I've got tears of excitement right
I
now.
feel that.
I'm sweating with excitement for you, Anthony.
You want to see if they have any more?
Any more wings?
Yeah.
Maybe there's an 11th question. Or maybe even a 12th question we could go to.
We could try. Yeah.
Well, Anthony, we've been through a lot tonight. We've gone over a lot tonight as well. Is there anything else you'd like to point out? Go ahead, direct it to this camera, or even my camera.
I'll tell you, we're constantly working on coming up with new things, new ideas, new activities. You can always reach out to me if you have any ideas. But if you could follow us on our Camp Hamwi page, Central Ohio Diabetes Association on Facebook, or follow us at Diabetes Ohio on Instagram. As we come up with new and exciting things or announce camper registration is open, we'll be announcing it all there first, as well as our website, diabetesohio.org. So, thanks, man.
Hey, thank you for coming on, Anthony. Thank you for making the wings.
Yeah. Thanks for surviving.
You have a good rest of your night with this. I hope this has been a remembering experience.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Tom for setting up this wonderful studio for us to use.
Definitely.
We really appreciate it, doing all this wonderful camera work. We call it wonderful. We haven't seen the finalized product yet, but I'm sure it'll be great.
Well, if it's as good as the wings were spicy, I'm very excited to see it.
Me too.